To introduce to you what is continuity, let me read this introduction. In mathematics, precise formulation of the intuitive concept of a function that varies with no abrupt breaks or jumps. A function is a relationship in which every value of an independent variable, say x, is associated with the value of a dependent variable, say y. Ibig sabihin, for every values of x, there is their corresponding values of y. Okay. Continuity of a function is sometimes expressed by saying that if x values are close together, then the y values of the function will also be close. But if the question, how close, is asked, difficulties arise. So that is the introduction. At the end of this module, you should be able to determine if a function is continuous or discontinuous at the point using the definition, and identify the possible points of discontinuity of a function. All that being said, let's proceed to the definitions. 4.3. Continuation lang siya, kaya not under pa rin tayo ng 4. In mathematics, the continuity of functions at a real number. In mathematics, the term continuous has much the same meaning as it does in everyday usage. To say that the function is continuous at x is equal to a, it means that there is no interruption in the graph of the function at a. That is, its graph is unbroken at a, and there are no holes, jumps, or gaps. Okay. For example, those examples that we already graphed a while ago, do you think these are continuous? Okay, isa lang natira. There's only one graph left. Solve natin, and let me ask you the question. Do you think this is continuous? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is this continuous?
No po.
No, sir.
No. Yes, you are right. Simply because there exists a vertical asymptote and the horizontal asymptote. For all we know, asymptotes, these are the axis which the graph is trying to approach but will never intersect or cross at the specific axis. So meaning to say, if there's a specific value of x that has no value of y, yun yung ibig sabihin natin. So this is not continuous. So by definition, continuity at a number. The function f is said to be continuous if at the real number a, if the following three conditions are satisfied. First, f of a exists. F of a exists, or when we are to evaluate the given function at our input a, it does exist. Second, the limit of f of x as x approaches a also exists, of course. And the third one, if the evaluation at a is equivalent to the limit of the f of x as x approaches a are equal, okay, are equal, then the function is continuous. If at least one of these conditions fail to hold at x is equal to a, the function is said to be discontinuous at a. If at least one of these conditions fail to hold at x is equal to a, the function f is said to be discontinuous at a. So we have to test the given function for these three conditions, no? For these three conditions. And definition 4.2, continuity on an interval. The function f is said to be continuous on an interval a to b if it is continuous at each point in the interval. Okay, so you have to test every possible values of x from a to b. Now to disprove the continuity, or to determine whether the function is discontinuous, let's identify which value from the interval a to b made the given function discontinuous. Okay, moreover, let's proceed. Okay, example number 8. Determine if f of x is equal to x squared minus 3x minus 18 over x minus 6 is continuous at x is equal to 6. X is equal to 6. So we check if the three conditions are satisfied. But by direct substitution, theorem 3.3 natin, we could observe an indeterminate form. 0 over 0. We see that f of x does not exist. Okay, by evaluating, we're simply evaluating the given function at 6. It does not exist. Kasi we found a 0 over 0. Okay, plain evaluation pa lang to, no, without any definition of limits. Dun sa module number 2 natin, evaluating function. And in evaluating function, it doesn't matter, no, if we found an indeterminate form just yet. It could only be matter. It matters if we are under the limits na. But then we're just talking we're just talking about evaluation, no. So f of x does not exist. Since 0 over 0 does not exist. Thus, the first condition above is not satisfied. Therefore, if f is discontinuous at x is equal to 6. However, observe that f satisfies the second condition. Our second condition, by factoring technique, we found an indeterminate form. By factoring technique, we found another function that is equivalent to the given. And by applying the limit of a function, we found that the limit is 9. Okay. But then again, ang kailangan natin is that we should be satisfying all of these conditions. All of these conditions. If at least one is not satisfied, then the given function is already discontinuous or not continuous. So now 4.8. Ulitin natin, no? The given function is not continuous or discontinuous at x is equal to 6. Simply because first condition is not satisfied. First condition is not satisfied, although the second condition is satisfied. And pasin niyo yung third condition natin, no? Our third condition is also not satisfied. Since the limit of f of x, we found 9. Whereas, if we evaluate the given function at a, we found 0 over 0, which are not equivalent. So, we need to say it is the second condition lang na satisfied. Satisfy natin. Okay, more example. .9. Here is an example of piecewise function where one function is being defined by sets of definitions or set of functions. Given g of x is equivalent to x plus 3, if x is less than 1, we have conditions also. Okay? For all x values that are less than 1, ito yung gagamitin natin function, 2x plus 3. Now, if we use x is equal to 1, this would be the function, 5. But if we use x greater than 1, I will be using this function, x squared plus 4. This is an example of piecewise function. So let's try to see whether this function is continuous at x is equal to 1. Let us check if 3 conditions are satisfied. So first condition, we have to evaluate the given function g at x is equal to 1. So sabi nga natin, we have the specific condition here that if x is equal to 1, the function is equivalent to 5. So it does exist. First condition is existing. So na-satisfy natin yung first condition. Second condition, we have to evaluate the given function. We have to evaluate if the limit of the given function exists at x approaches 1. So take note now, if we are to evaluating the limit of a function, we have to consider the side, from the right side or from the left side. They should be equivalent to 1. They should be equal, I should say. I repeat, regardless of which side we are considering, the limit must be equivalent. So for example, limit, we are trying to look for the limit as x approaches 1 from the right side. Ibig sabihin, it is not equivalent to 1. It is all values of x that is closer to 1 at the same time greater to 1. And we'll be applying, or we'll be using this function. Say, it's defined as x is greater than 1. So using this function, evaluating the limit, we have 1 squared plus 4. 1 squared plus 4 will give us 1 plus 4, and 1 plus 4 is 5. Existing limit as x approaches 1 from the right side. Now let's see if existing then ang limit of the function from the left side. Take note, left side, x is trying to approach 1 from the left side. Closer to 1, but less than 1. Okay, values of x that are close to 1 but less than 1. So we'll be using this definition. 2x plus 3. So x is less than 1. Okay, by evaluating, at 1 we have 2 times 1 plus 3. That is 2 times 1 plus 3. We have 2 plus 3, we have 5. Therefore, since the limit from the left and from the right side are equivalent, then the limit of g of x exists as x approaches 1. Second condition, satisfied. And compare natin step 1 and step 2. In condition number 3, our limit must be equivalent to the value of x at x is equal to 1, which is equivalent to 5. So the third condition is also satisfied. Since all conditions are satisfied, we conclude that g is continuous at x is equal to 1. The following will be helpful in identifying the points where, nag-pause na pala tayo dito. Perfect. Any question? Any question?